Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. It's a big morning of videos this morning. If you notice, I'm still wearing the same makeup. What I'm going to talk about this morning is makeup brushes. I've had a comment from a lady who was quite perturbed about the fact that I used different brushes and couldn't understand why I needed to have a brush for this and a brush for that, and I put it on with this brush and take it off with that brush. Well, fully understandable if you haven't been in the industry and you don't use the tools. And I know a few people who've seen sets of 10, which is a very small set of 10 brushes, and freaked out, go, I don't know what to do with them. So let's start with the basics. I'm using my set, but if there's any brushes that you have that you don't know what to do with it, just send me a photo and I'll tell you what you can use it for. So our foundation brush is quite different to everybody else's. I should have brought one down, but I didn't. A traditional foundation brush is quite flat, looks a bit like a paintbrush, but our foundation brush is this shape. And so if you see something like that, it can be a buffing brush for a mineral makeup, or my brush is actually for our liquid foundation, and it just smooths it on beautifully. And I hate putting my fingers in foundation. I can't abide it. So I always use a brush. So that shape brush in our range is for that. There are brushes that shape like this that other ranges probably use it for something else, but that's what we use it for. And I also like to use it to tidy up after I've done my eye makeup. If you've been watching the videos, you'll see me taking the pigments up the side of the eye and cleaning up that outer eye area to keep it nice and clean and crisp and everything going up. So next, of course, you've all seen a powder brush. It's an obvious one. Great for loose powder or even cake powder. It's also great for flicking off bits of pigment that have landed on your face. So it's standard. This is our blush brush. It's a tapered blush brush, the reason being that this tip is more directional than a rounded brush. And if you've watched my earlier videos, you know how to apply the blush down the cheek and swirl back up again. Again, the foundation brush is great for just manipulating under your blush to make it sit exactly where you want it. You don't want it too far down your face. It's going to drag everything down. Keep it nice and high. This brush, funny little thing it is. This is a cream blush brush in our range, and if you have watched another video that I've done, you just simply put it into your cream blush, map it out on the cheek and swirl it on, and it ends up just going on like a powder. Again, another handy brush if you haven't had blush on it, for tidying up under this area, or you could even use it out here as well. Okay, the eye makeup brushes, they're the ones that seem to get people into trouble. This we call in our range the all-over shader. This brush is designed to absorb the pigments into the hair so that when you place it on the eye, you can get a nice intense colour. You can't achieve that, excuse me, you can't achieve that with the fluff brush. The fluff brush gives a wash of colour. That's used to wash colour over the eye quickly, gives a nice translucent look, and blending. Must have a fluff brush for blending. It's fantastic. Blend, 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 blend. The pencil brush is fine tipped and is used for directional placement of your colours. So on your lash line, in your crease, under your eye, blending pencil liners. Great brush to have, really great brush to have. This is an obvious one, the double-ended brow brush, the angle brush, usable for quite a number of things actually. So obviously placement of brow pigments. You can use it for lining your eyes. You can use it for blending under the eyes or on the eyes. Placing the pigment into your crease. A great brush to have. The other end, of course, for brushing your brows or combing your lashes. Which leads to the eyeliner brush, nice and fine, for placing the eyeliner onto the eye. That's an obvious one, I think. And of course the lip brush, another obvious one. Use the flat side of the brush to create your crisp lines, and use the flat of the brush to fill in with the lipstick. That's all that I have in our range. We don't need any more than that, I don't believe. I'm sure you could probably fit in a concealer brush or something like that, but I tend to want to dab concealer on with my finger. I think that's about all there is to know about the brushes. If there's anything that you would like to know additional to what I've already said, please contact me, www.cougarcosmetics.com.au, and fill out the contact form and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And as I said, any queries, if you have a photo of a brush that you don't know what to do with, a fan brush or whatever, flick that through to me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, ladies. Hope I've filled you in on what you can do with your makeup brushes, and have a great day. Bye now.